Hey, this is Brian from Casting Crowns. Welcome to Reasons for Hope. I'm in my backyard, quarantining and social distancing, so I hope that's okay. I just wanted to encourage you all. I've been thinking a lot about where we are, and honestly, this one particular story from the Bible, it just keeps coming to mind. And so we see in the middle of their rebellion, God allowed his chosen people, the Israelites, to be conquered by the Babylonians. And their king Nebuchadnezzar took several Jewish young men to be his personal servants. 3 of these were named Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Now, of course, these were names given to them by the Babylonians. Their Jewish names were not that. But these 3 young men loved God, worshiped God. And when they were in the midst of loving and worshiping their God, this terrible decree came down. They had made an idol in the form of the king, Nebuchadnezzar, and they made this decree that said, whenever the trumpets play and you hear the music, everybody needs to stop what they're doing, and they need to bow down, and they need to worship this earthly king, right? So when it came time for Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego to do this, they said, oh, we can't do that. No, God alone is worth glory. Only God alone is worth our worship. So when the king confronted them, they said, King, we don't even have to answer you on this. I mean, we understand what we could lose here, our very lives, but we know that our God, the Lord, he is able to deliver us from your hand. And even if he doesn't, we can't bow down to you. And so that was all it took. Nebuchadnezzar was enraged. He binds up the 3 Jewish boys, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, fully clothed. They've got all their clothes on. He binds them up, and he heats the fire up 7 times hotter. Like, unprecedented, okay? Is it ringing a bell here? 7 times hotter, to the point where the guards that carry them to the fire actually die because of the heat. These 3 boys are thrown into the fire, and Nebuchadnezzar's looking on. And as he's looking on, he sees something, and it startles him. He goes, did we not throw 3 people into the fire? Because I see 4. And they're walking around, unbound, unharmed. And the 4th one looks like a son of the gods. He called for them to come out of that fire. Now 3 of them came out of the fire, but there was a 4th one in the fire. And that was the Lord himself, their God, his presence. And you know what's crazy when they came out of the fire? They didn't smell like smoke. Not even a hair on their head was singed. But this is the best part. Their bonds were burned away. Their chains, the shackles. During this time, as we seek God alone, we pray that he would begin in this time of stillness, where we're all forced to slow down, that we would see him, and that the only things that we would lose, the only things that would fall away from our life, are those chains that have been placed around our life that we didn't even know were there. Maybe it's your schedule. Maybe it was your job, your career. Maybe you worshiped your career. Maybe you were a slave to your schedule. Maybe it was your fears. Maybe, I don't know what it was, but no doubt there's been chains in my life that I've seen. I've been able to recognize that I didn't even know were there until it was the Lord himself who said, I want to come and free you. I want to break those things away. So this is the time. Busyness is the enemy of intimacy. It's the enemy of intimacy in your earthly relationships. If you're married, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you're busy, you know the intimacy suffers in your marriage. I'm telling you, if you're busy, the intimacy with your Lord, with God himself, your relationship with him will suffer. It'll be the first thing to suffer. So I pray during this time that the only thing that we stand to lose as we focus all our attention, our glory, and all our worship on the Lord is that he will begin to put his finger on areas of our life that we didn't even know were there. Bondage, things that scare us, things that hurt us, things that worry us, and he would begin to set us free. That's the good news. That's the good news. And that's only done. That's not done by 1, 2, 3, make myself a better person. That's done when we seek the face of God and we surrender our lives to him. Jesus said, if you want to follow me, you must deny yourself and take up your cross daily. You must lose your life if you want to save it. Because if you want to save your life, you'll lose it. He said, what good is it if a man gains the whole world yet forfeits his soul? Jesus made it clear. Slow down, deny yourself, and worship the God who alone is worthy of the worship. God bless you all.